quarterbacks in the latest mock drafts, Malik Willis is at number 6 going to the Panthers, which I felt like a lot of people had that at the Panthers, which I can definitely see happening. I feel like they really want to get rid of Darnold. And it seems like either Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis are the ones really going there. Kenny Pickett, number 8 at the Falcons. I can definitely see that happening. I think this is a pretty good pick for them as well. And I don't know if they really want to keep Mariota, who knows, but Kenny Pickett's definitely a good quarterback for them. Desmond Ridder at number 16 to the Saints. Honestly, kind of surprising. I figured the Seahawks might take him before that. I feel like that probably will happen, or maybe they might take a defensive player. I don't really know, but what do you think? Do you think they're going to take quarterback or defensive player? I don't really know. Who do you think? Matt Corral, number 20 to the Steelers. Honestly, I don't really see that happening just because they already got Mitchell Trubisky, and I don't really think they want to draft Matt Corral on top of that. I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. They might have to fill another spot as a third string quarterback, so that could be a possibility, but I don't really know. What do you think? Gronkowski via Jimmy Kimmel Live. I believe Brady will have it at least until he's 50 years old. I see his worth ethic day in and day out, and it's second to none. Honestly, I think his worth ethic is probably second to none. He's outworking probably majority of the players on his team, and I definitely agree with what he's saying, but I don't really think he's going to play until he's 50. I would say that's highly unlikely. I would say he's probably going to retire in the next 2 seasons or something like that. But I'm not really sure. But I think the reason why unretired maybe is control his narrative, or maybe he just didn't want to go in general. And someone put out a false report and he wasn't ready to go. So he pretty much just had to save face and say he was retiring. But what do you think about this? Arians tried to talk Larry Fitzgerald into signing with the Buccaneers in December, which honestly I feel like would have been a pretty good move in general. But I don't know. This is what he had to say. He said, "Coach, I couldn't run 2 plays right now, but thanks, Larry Fitzgerald," which honestly, he wouldn't have the same production he did 5 years ago, but just to have another leader in the locker room, especially for the wide receivers, it might have helped Antonio Brown or something like that. But what do you think? I think this would have been a good move. I think it definitely would have been a good move for the Buccaneers to sign him. They probably would have got a great deal on getting him. And what do you think? On Dig ranks since 2020. Targets 331, first in the NFL. Receptions, 3rd in the NFL at 230. Receiving yards, 2,760, 3rd in the NFL. And receiving touchdowns, he's 18th, 7th in the NFL. Honestly, this is insane. Definitely impressive. And he's been one of the top receivers in the NFL since 2020. In my opinion, I think he's definitely underrated this season. I think he's going to have another breakout season. Last season, a lot of people were sleeping on him heavily. And honestly, I think he's going to have a good season. Terrell Owens on returning to football. If Tom Brady can do it and they can marvel at some of the things he's done, I'm no different than Tom. Honestly, I don't know if he's going to return to football in the NFL experience. He's going to play for the Zappers, a league where you can call the fans actually call the plays. I can definitely see him returning that. But the NFL, he's a wide receiver at probably close to 50. I don't really see him coming back to the NFL. A quarterback